Hello friends, welcome to Pawan Soft channel. In this tutorial we will see Singleton class of type Lazy Initialization. In last video we have seen Singleton class of type eager initialization, and we have seen how to create the object, how to call the eager Singleton class. And if you didn't watch my previous video, this one Singleton eager, please go and watch. There I have created the project from scratch and I have explained step by step, so please go and watch. And in this video you will see how to write the Singleton class of type Lazy Initialization. So let's create. So right click on this package and new, and this is click on class. So let's create the Singleton Lazy Initialization. So this is Singleton Lazy, and let's finish. Click on finish. So once we'll click on finish, so let this class is created. And so to write the Singleton class, in first step what I have to do, in first step I have to write the private static variable, right? And in second step I have to write private constructor, and in third step you have to write public static method, right? To write the Singleton class you have to follow these three steps. In first step, private static variable, you have to create the private static variable, and in second step you have to create the private constructor, and in third step you have to write the public static method. So let's start. Create the first step. So private static and instance of type class type. So class is Singleton Lazy, and let's give the instance name, right? INSTANCE instance, and give the semicolon. So private static variable is ready, right? And in second step what I am going to do, I am going to write the private constructor, right? Private constructor of class, right? Private constructor is ready. We'll explain you why I have written private constructor and this private static variable. And so let's see the code first. So in third step I have to write the public static return type method name public static method, right? So this is the modifier public and static, and then return type, right? So return type is class type. So class type Singleton Lazy is our class, right? And give the method name. So method name can be anything. You can write anything as you wish. So now I am going to write the get instance, because from this method we will call this instance of this class. So that's why get instance. So I will get instance. We will call get instance, means this instance will return. So what do I have to do here in Lazy Initialization, inside this method you have to check, right? You have to check if instance equal to null, right? If this instance is null, then only create the object of singleton class, and then return the instance, right? So class is ready. So in first step we pretend private static variable, right? So private means we can access this member inside this class only, we can't access outside this class. And static means at the time of the class loading only, then when this class will load, that time it will load, right? This instance will load. And this is the private constructor. So private constructor means outside this class, outside of another class can't create this singleton lazy class object. So that's why this is private, means private member we know we can't access outside this class, right? Private member we can access inside this class only. That's why anyone can't create this class object. And this is the public static method. So public static method, public member we can access outside this class also, anywhere. And static means in static using class name we can call this method. And here we return this instance, means at the time inside in aggressive type or eager type, means instance will create at the time of the class loading only, right? But in lazy initialization, object is not creating. When I will call this instance method, only, then only if instance is null. If instance is null, then only it will create. If instance is not null, so directly it will return the instance, right? So this is the lazy initialization, means at the time of the class loading in the eager type or aggressive type, this singleton class object will create at the time of the class loading only. If you didn't watch my previous video, then please go and watch. There I have explained step by step what is the singleton class of type aggressive type. So this is the lazy type, means in lazy type it will create when I will call this instance method. So that is the difference, means in the type of the aggressive type, it will not call this get instance method. That time also object is created, right? But in lazy type object will not create. When I will call this get instance method, then only it will create the object, and only one time, right? Means first time it will check first is null. If null, then it will create object and instance will be ready. Instance will be initialized, right, with this object. And if second time anyone will call, it will check if instance is not null, right? That time not null, so directly it will return this instance. So let's see the client code. Let's create the client code. Right click on this package and create the client code. And inside the client code, let's create the main method and main method singleton eager so you can call this method by using class name. Please go and watch my first video. There I explain why we are calling this, we are creating like this. So let's go and please watch, and let's create the second instance. This is second instance. We will call instance this is instance 2, right? Let's run this object, this class. You can see both are same object, right? So if you see, this is the object, right? This is the object, and this is instance 1, instance 2, instance 3, instance 4, instance 5, instance 6, instance 1000. If we have multiple thousand, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 1 crore instance in every request, right? If you see here, in every request, this is request 1, this is request 2, in every request it is returning the same object. If you see third, this is the third instance, right? If you run this class, see, in every request it returning the same object, because this is the single instance only. If all user having the same requirement, so no need to create the multiple object, right? So create one single object and return the same object. So Singleton design pattern you can use for data source connection, means create the data source object and save in session. You can create the session, and in session object save the data source connection, and every request return the same session object, right? So for that purpose we can create the Singleton class in the real-time environment, right? If you see, using debug, let's debug. Let's debug once. What is the flow, right? Let's see. If you see instance is null, right? This instance is null. So what will happen? It will go and it will create the instance. If you see now, instance is not null, right? Instance is created. And now it will return the instance, right? You will see here, this is the same instance, right? If you see in second request, so now instance is not null, right? So in this line it will not come, right? It will go directly in the return statement, because instance is not null, right? So only one time is this object will create, and second onward directly it will return the same object, right? See, if you see instance 1, same object, right? And in instance 2, if you see, this is the same object. And if you see instance 3, in third request also, if you go, instance is not null, right? So this condition is false. So false means it will not go inside this block, right? It will return from here only. So this condition is false, so it will return the instance. So in third instance also in third request. You can see 90A and this is 90A, right? So every request first time only it will null, right? So it will, condition is true. If condition is true, then it will go here and it will create the object, and then it will return the instance. And in second request, if instance is not null, right? Not null means this condition is false. So inside this block it will not go, it will return directly this object, same object. In every request it return the same object. If you see here, first object is printed and second object is printed and third object is printed, right? So this is the singleton design pattern of aggressive initialization, of type aggressive initialization. And this method is not thread safe, right? Not thread safe means if multi-thread environment, first thread will come, right? First thread will come and it will check instance is null, so it will go inside this instance. Meanwhile, second thread came, first thread is here, it is going to create the object, right? And second thread came, that time object is not created, right? First thread is not created, first thread is creating the object, right? And second thread came and it will take still instance is null, so it will go and second thread also, first thread will create the object and second thread also create the object, right? So there may be chance of create the multiple thread in multi-thread environment. So this is not thread safe. And this is the lazy initialization, means when you call this method, then only it will create the instance, otherwise it will not create the instance or object of this class. And this is not thread safe. So in multi-thread environment there may be a chance of exist multiple object, right? So this is good programming practice, means you create the singleton class of lazy initialization. Based on the requirement, you can create the aggressive type also or lazy type also. And this is not thread safe. So in next video we will see how to restrict this method, so that in multi-thread environment also multiple thread can't access this method, right? Means first thread will come and first thread will access this method. If first thread is completed, then only second thread will come and second thread will access this method. So that will be the thread safe. So we'll see in next video how we can restrict this method to access by multiple thread at a time, right? So that's it from this video. If you really learn something from this video, please like and subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching.